She's faced the jury, fielded questions, and shared thoughts on why her brother could not have killed. Meet Shirley Baker Simpson tonight on Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN. It's a new week in the O.J. Simpson trial, and our top-notch legal panel sums it all up. Thornburg, Tenor, and Grimes, Tuesday night, Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN. He brought E.T. to Earth. He gave us a close encounter of the third kind and shared Schindler's List with the world. An hour with the brilliant Steven Spielberg, Wednesday night on Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN.
Today on Headline News, it's a battle for the hottest ride of the road. From the flashy to the nostalgic, this contest features some of the country's star cars. Throughout the day on Headline News. Tonight on Headline News, a new discovery could shed some light on this late-affecting disease, why the latest information shows a unique interaction of genetic risks, understanding Alzheimer's, throughout the night on Headline News. Tonight on Headline News, you can't use the computer without a keyboard and a mouse, right? But what if all you had to do was think? Computers that use brainwaves. Throughout the night on Headline News. Tonight on Headline News, are you part of the martini culture? Do you like yours shaken, not stirred? Find out why this popular cocktail is making a comeback. Throughout the night on Headline News.
Tonight in the Crossfire. Welfare reform. Governors heard from the majority leader and the president. Should welfare control stay in D.C. or should states run their own programs? Sununu, Kingsley, Crossfire. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern on CNN.
In Florida, a state of emergency is in place as Hurricane Erin edges toward the state's southeastern coast. For complete reports, live updates, and minute-by-minute tracking of Hurricane Erin, turn to CNN. Tonight on CNN, at 7:30, Kingsley and Sununu shake things up in Washington. Live debate from the left and the right on Crossfire. And at 8, Bobby Batista and Lyndon Souls wrap up the day's events on Prime News. Then at 8:30, Judy Woodruff and Bernard Shaw go inside politics. And at 9, CNN's top legal panel talks the Simpson trial on Larry King Live. That's all tonight, starting at 7:30 on CNN.
On CNN and Company, should Attorney General Janet Reno forfeit her job for the fatal raid in Waco? I'm Mary Tillotson. We'll talk about it today, 11:30 Eastern on CNN.
Tonight, in the Crossfire, Janet Reno defended her decision to end the standoff at Waco. Was the catastrophe avoidable? And what was President Clinton's role? Sununu, Kingsley, Crossfire. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern on CNN. Today on CNN Talkback Live, Capitol Hill becomes the judge and jury. Are congressional hearings good for the country, or are they just political witch hunts? Tell us what you think on CNN Talkback Live, 3:30 Eastern today.
Today on Headline News, advances in auto technology have made cars safer and have saved many lives. But what's being done to protect you from broadside accidents? Side impact airbags. Throughout the day on Headline News.
On CNN and Company, Hurricane Erin hits the Florida coast with a wallop. Is it Andrew Redo? I'm Mary Tillotson. We'll talk about it today, 11:30 Eastern on CNN.
Ross Perot previews his national political conference, plus the pilot who flew both atomic bomb missions over Japan 50 years ago. Thursday night on Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN. The Simpson defense wraps up another week, and the man with an eye on appeals joins us Friday night. He's Alan Dershowitz. Meet him on Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN.
Tonight on CNN. At 7:30, Kinsley and Sununu shake things up in Washington. Live debate from the left and the right on Crossfire. And at 8, Bobby Batista and Lyndon Souls wrap up the day's events on Prime News. Then at 8:30, Judy Woodruff and Bernard Shaw go inside politics. And at 9, talking media merger mania, Steven Spielberg on Larry King Live. That's all tonight, starting at 7:30 on CNN. Saturday, he's rounding them up and corralling them in Dallas. GOP presidential candidates, all going to this man's political bash. Ross Perot and his politics on CNN's Evans and Novak, 5:30 Eastern, Saturday.
Bright colors and rich, high-style fashion, perfect for the modern working woman. Elegantly embroidered gowns and glamorous tuxedo pants highlight the fall collection from June Ashita on Style with Elsa Clench, Saturday, 10:30 Eastern on CNN.
50 years ago, the atom bomb fell on this city and left a legacy. At issue, Hiroshima. Live reports and interviews on CNN Saturday morning.
On CNN and Company, if the glove fits, well, prove it. Simpson prosecutors hope to do just that. I'm Mary Tillotson. We'll talk about it today, 11:30 Eastern on CNN.
Tonight, in the Crossfire, getting to the truth in the Whitewater hearings. Just what was the role of the White House, and does the First Lady know more than she's telling? Sununu, Kinsley, Crossfire. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern on CNN. Today on CNN Talkback Live, if age is a presidential campaign issue, is Bob Dole too old for the job? If things get better with age, can you ever be too old to be president? Tell us on CNN Talkback Live, 3:30 Eastern today.
Today on Headline News, they have boosted car safety and saved many lives, but now they are getting smaller and even better. Why a new material could have a big impact on airbags. Throughout the day on Headline News. Today on Headline News, it's been a week of billion-dollar business deals in the broadcasting industry. But how will you, the viewer, be affected? TV merger mania and what it means to you. Throughout the day on Headline News. Tonight on Headline News, the ocean has long been feared for its enormous power. But what if we could harness that strength, generating electricity with waves throughout the night on Headline News? Tonight on Headline News, are you worried about your cholesterol but don't want to give up your fast food diet? Soy foods may be the answer. Talking tofu throughout the night on Headline News.
Hurricane Erin gets a second wind, and cities from Mobile to New Orleans prepare for the storm's arrival. For complete reports, live updates, and minute-by-minute tracking of Hurricane Erin, turn to CNN.
CNN Talkback Live, television's first interactive talk show, is 1 year old. I'm Susan Rook. To celebrate, we're inviting one of you to co-host an actual Talkback Live show. Just make a home video, no longer than 5 minutes, please, and tell us why you would make a really good Talkback Live co-host. Videotapes must be received by August 10th to qualify. This is your big chance. Be a co-host. Be a co-host for a day. And join me here on Talkback Live. Sponsored locally by Drug Emporium and MCI.
He faced the horror of his son's tragic death, and now David Smith prepares for a new life as his ex-wife Susan prepares for life in prison. David Smith, Monday night on Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN.
I'm Lauren City. Next week, Keanu Reeves is head over heels in love in A Walk in the Clouds. Also, a sneak peek at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's Showbiz Today, 11 a.m. Eastern on CNN.
Tonight on CNN. At 7:30, Kingsley and Sununu shake things up in Washington. Live debate from the left and the right on Crossfire. And at 8, Bobby Batista and Lyndon Souls wrap up the day's events on Prime News. Then at 8:30, Judy Woodruff and Bernard Shaw go inside politics. Then at 9, Ross Perot talks about his political agenda on Larry King Live. That's all tonight, starting at 7:30 on CNN.
I'm Frank Chesno. Join me for Late Edition, the last word in Sunday talk. This week, the Republican Revolution, how it's changing America. House Speaker Newt Gingrich joins us live and takes your calls. Late Edition, 5 p.m. Eastern, Sunday.
These are the players, but who's directing them? At issue, what you don't know about the Simpson trial on CNN Sunday morning.
On CNN and Company, President Clinton's stand on cigarette regulation and American spies in China. I'm Mary Tillotson. We'll be talking about that and more today, 11:30 Eastern on CNN.
Tonight in the Crossfire, as Republicans fight it out amongst themselves for a nomination, is President Clinton's support holding firm? The battleground for the presidency, Sununu, Kingsley, Crossfire. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern on CNN. Today on CNN Talkback Live, they drink, smoke, steal, do drugs, have unsafe sex, and they're kids. In a controversial new movie, are these kids like your kids? Tell us on CNN Talkback Live, 3:30 Eastern today.
Today on Headline News, Hurricane Erin blows ashore for a second time in Florida as the Gulf Coast braces for high winds and heavy rains. Complete weather updates and storm warnings throughout the day on Headline News. Tonight on Headline News, while a growing number of restaurants won't allow the puff and smoke, some eateries have emerged from the fumes, and the food isn't the only thing smoking. Throughout the night on Headline News.
They once roamed freely in southwestern Africa until they almost disappeared forever. But recent conservation efforts have been successful, saving the white rhino of Namibia on CNN World Report, only on CNN International.
Bright colors in rich, high-style fashion, perfect for the modern working woman. Elegantly embroidered gowns and glamorous tuxedo pants highlight the fall collection from June Ashita on Style with Elsa Clench, only on CNN International.
In the bloody battle that is Bosnia, few heroes have surfaced out of the rubble and gunfire. But one military leader stands out above it all. A talk with General Philippe Morion on Global View, only on CNN International.
Today on Headline News, looking for a job? Well, you may want to surf the net before beating the pavement. Why more and more employment opportunities are showing up online throughout the day on Headline News. Today on Headline News, what was once reserved for science fiction could soon be medical reality, using computer chips as replacement parts for the brain, creating the hybrid human. Throughout the day on Headline News.
Tonight in the Crossfire, House Republicans vote to slash federal spending. Is their appropriations bill fair or does it punish the poor? Is a presidential veto around the corner? Sununu, Kingsley, Crossfire. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern on CNN.
On CNN and Company, do most Americans think it's time to end affirmative action? Should government programs be redrawn to reflect that? I'm Mary Tillotson. We'll talk about it Monday, 11:30 Eastern on CNN.
Monday on CNN Talkback Live. 50 years after dropping an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, the question lingers, did America do the right thing? Talk to a man who was on the Enola Gay on CNN Talk Back Live, 3:30 Eastern, Monday.
What was once reserved for science fiction and the big screen could soon become medical reality, using computer chips as replacement parts for the brain, creating the hybrid human on Future Watch, only on CNN International. His efforts got 2 U.S. prisoners out of Iraq. He's worked magic in Vietnam and in Haiti. What's he doing that the diplomats aren't? Congressman Bill Richardson on his own brand of diplomacy on Diplomatic License, only on CNN International. They patrol in the night to protect taxpayers from paper poachers in Canada. And in Israel, police scuffle with settlers who want to stop Palestinian autonomy on CNN World Report, only on CNN International. His work offers a unique perspective on the human experience of the atomic devastation at Nagasaki, putting a face on the death and destruction. The photography of Yusuke Yamahata on Inside Asia, only on CNN International. When the Manhattan Project hit ground zero, it exploded in controversy. Was the bomb worth it? A look back on the 50th anniversary of Little Boy on Science and Technology Week, only on CNN International.
Hurricane Erin gets a second wind, and cities from Mobile to New Orleans prepare for the storm's arrival. For complete reports, live updates, and minute-by-minute tracking of Hurricane Erin, turn to CNN.
We bring you the news from Earth, the stars, and beyond. The latest on UFOs, extraterrestrials, and life way out there. Tonight on Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN.
Saturday, social items may be splitting the Republican majority at the seams, and a president about to make veto his middle name. Issues worth ganging up on when GOP party boss Haley Barbour joins CNN's Capitol Gang. 7 p.m. Eastern, Saturday.